So the reason you're here today is that you want to get your business a little bit more fit. You want to jumpstart it for this new year. So we thought that it would be a good time to present information about how to showcase your business and also how to market your business, whether it's in your storefront, it's in your shelves inside your business, it's at an AM Business Connection, it's at a showcase at ABC or a showcase at Business After Hours or at Expo or on a golf tee or anything like that. We think that everything that you'll hear today, you can apply towards all those different kinds of things.
So whenever possible, if you're doing any kind of a presentation like that, ask if you can have it U-shaped. If you can't have it U-shaped, put it at an angle. Don't keep it at a direct place like this, because people will be more approachable. They'll be coming into your area. They really like that. You will not feel threatening to them. And really, I don't care whether it's 3 cards, 4, a dozen, 24, 100. This represents in a soft marketing and soft sales bowl for you. It's the way in which people who are very timid about sales can really make a follow-up call, And so get something like that, give things away. People also love to have things like treats, and they'll approach your booth. I mean, that sounds so simple, but people love to go in for M&Ms, I know it.
So I want to talk a little bit today about do's and don'ts and how things, I'm going to move these around a little bit because one big don't is to not have the information to people's backs. And that's a big one. Thank you, Tim. So, and I actually set up, just for the heck of it, this is the don't table over here. And there's stuff down on the floor. There's the tablecloth, and this person actually forgot to put the tablecloth on the table. My goal today is to talk just a little bit about how important it is to use color, how important it is to jazz things up. And I use anything that I can find to stack underneath to build up the display. There's a basket. I have a box here. There are items that I carry things in. And information as far as what you're trying to present, I think needs to be really clean, really simple. And I think it's very important to not put too much on there. Because if you have too much information, first of all, people aren't going to stop. They're not going to stop to read it. They're not going to take the time to read it. And they're just going to glaze over it and move on.
These are clips. They clip to tables. But they don't clip to all tables. So don't assume that now the Costco tables that you're getting now that have really thick lips, there's specific clips that work on those. So maybe, you're going to attend a lot of shows. You might want to make a really cool Velcro skirt of your own that kind of enhances your booth. You can do that, but make sure you find the right tools that'll match those tables. So always ask if you're going into a space, what kind of table do you provide? What am I given as an exhibitor in this space? And then just kind of work the different things around it. The stuff that the standard rental companies rent are flame retardant. So you can't always go in with your own drapery and stuff into these venues because a fire marshal may come up and say, hey, is this fire retardant? So you kind of have to work within the parameters of the space that you're exhibiting in. We have a website, there's lots of ideas. Go to other shows and look at booths and see, what are they doing? What are some ways that they're getting people inside of their booth? It doesn't have to be industry specific, but go and look around and see what else is happening out there because you'll get some fabulous ideas.
I think that engagement is really important and being enthusiastic about your product. If you aren't enthusiastic, you won't get them to be interested and excited about what you're doing. After working with a very, very bulky display thing for about 10 years, we finally got this set up, which is so neat because we can put it up in 2 minutes with 2 of us, even one of us can do it. And it's the one we use internationally as well as locally. So I think you might want to consider, if you use a backdrop, be sure that it's easy to move, easy to put up, because we dealt with one for 10 years that was a 3-person drag out to UPS and pay thousands of dollars to get it there and thousands of dollars to get it back. So something very efficient like this is wonderful.
But I think first and foremost is when you're in your booth, wear a product like this with your name on it, with your company name on it. A name badge, right.
Yeah,
and I do name badges to make them remember who you are in as many ways as possible. Your company name, your name. So I highly recommend any kind of a logoed shirt, a logoed hat, sweater, anything that you can put a logo on, I recommend you wearing in your booth. Another thing that I do recommend is make sure you have a cool business card. I have a regular business card, but these are sort of new to our industry. And what it is, some of you saw it earlier, but it's a your business card on the front, a little notepad attached to a little spiral ring, and a calendar on the back. So if anybody's going to throw your business card away, this is going to be harder to throw away for a while. So this has a little bit of longevity. This is a cool item.
In my case, I have a product to sell. I'm not an insurance company or a consultant. I'm selling products. I'm selling office supplies. Everything in my giveaway has got my name on it. I've got Office Max paper in here. I've got Office Max on everything. I have lots of things that I would put in a booth had I had more space, but I knew I had a very small space, so I kept it very small. And you can see my signs have a lot of information, but mostly what you're seeing is the white words. If all you get from this is that we now do shredding, my job is done. Because I've sold you something important, given you something to keep in your mind. And the other thing is, think outside the box. Use white words instead of black ones. You know, they really pop off of the dark colors.
Again, make sure that your product that you're giving away makes sense, whether it's a theme of the conference or it makes sense for your company. When you're selling insurance, what do you have to give away? So what is the theme of the conference? What's the theme of the event that you can go along with? Definitely to take that with you. And also to maybe put aside some of those premium gifts, because you are going to spend time. While someone's going to walk through your booth just for a piece of candy, someone is going to come in there and want to spend a significant amount of money. And after you've had a great conversation with them, what can you then pull out to give to them? Whether it's a little bit higher end piece or it's something that makes them feel like, wow, I really walked away with something very cool, and they're going to remember you. And you're going to be able to have a little bit more of an open conversation with them.
We take email addresses and names for our giveaways, and that way we can add those email addresses into a marketing piece we send out, ask them if it's okay to market to them, and send them a little coupon and thank you for doing the entry. We keep our premium chocolate stash. But we do something a little different. I do hand out a more expensive piece, and I give it to my customers that I already have that have come by my booth at my event. I do mostly trade shows not in Oregon. I mostly go outside Oregon. This is my magic box, which is always packed and ready to go. It's tape, calculator, everything that you think you might need, because once you get to a venue, if you're at the convention center and you don't have the double stick tape, good luck.